What's up, guys? It's Biohazard Candy Kid here, coming at you with another great video. I hope you guys are having a great day, great evening, great night, wherever you are. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a little tech talk, mostly about cell phones. And what I want to talk to you about is cell phone prices, cell phones as of 2020, going into 2021, and also cell phones of, the past. You know, I should say from the beginning all the way till now. So yeah, let's get right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. I would like you to please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also hit that bell notification so you will get notified on all my other videos. I am doing a screen record, so this is on my phone. I'm going to be doing screen records also on my computer as I figure out how to set up everything on there um, with OBS and maybe another screen capture device. I don't know. I had to figure things out. Maybe I'll ask my friend who uses OBS once in a while, to set it up, help me set it up and stuff. But for now, I'm going to use my phone and stuff like that. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so I have Amazon put up here. And the reason why I have Amazon. Oh, and by the way, sorry if my screen goes dark. That's because I'm on a Redmi Note 7, not the Redmi Note 7 Pro. But this happens with the Redmi Note 7 and the Redmi Note 7 Pro from Xiaomi, the company who makes cell phones. They're a Chinese company. So in the settings, and I can show you real quick the settings real quick. Here, let me show you the settings real quick before we get started on our topic today. So you go in the settings, right? And you go and you go down here, and you have like your wallpaper, display, lock screen, home screen. And what you want to do is you want to go to display. Now, of course, you see on your display, right? It says brightness level, reading mode, color scheme, dark mode, text size, um, text size, all this stuff. Now, there isn't like a mode to basically, make it to where, okay, my phone will turn the screen off after so many seconds or minutes. I just haven't found that mode yet. Maybe maybe it's hidden somewhere. Maybe there's something I don't know. Uh, but really, I don't see one here. So for those of you who own this phone, who um, you know had the same problem, but you figured it out, you know where that setting is, let me know in the comment section, and then I'll watch videos also. I'll figure it out, by watching videos or reading forums and stuff. But for right now, I just want to show you that I don't see it anywhere here, and it should be in display, unless it's in like themes or wallpaper, but it wouldn't be there. See, I mean, I don't know. So uh yeah, that's it. That's all I want to show you. Here, let me exit those things. So essentially, I'm here on Amazon, and okay, well, let's continue on. Actually, I was gonna say something, but I'll say it later on in the video as I'm talking about the different cell phone companies and cell phones. So I'm here on Amazon, and the reason why I'm on here is because I think this is going to be a great source to go to just search a cell phone and see the prices, different prices and stuff from different sellers and stuff. I can also go to eBay. As a matter of fact, let's do something here. Okay. Whoops. Um, you know what? Let's do it this way. Okay. Yes, sir. eBay.com. All right. Um, Cell phones. All right. I guess we could use cell phones. Same here. Perfect. I like it. All right, we're gonna do the same thing here. All right. So how am I going to go about this video? Well, let me start a little bit about the history of cell phones. So portable phones, actually, the idea has been around since, I would say, the 1930s. They wanted to put portable phones inside of your car. But it wouldn't be until the end of the 60s, basically the end of the 60s, starting in the 70s, when they started experimenting with portable phones that you could carry around in your pocket or in your briefcase at that time. You know, and first of all, well, what happened? A guy in the 70s came out with the very first mobile phone, portable phone. And it was pretty expensive. And the phone call was very expensive, um, and stuff like that. And he made the first phone call. Now, I'm not going to go exactly into the history in detail, the nitty gritty, because some of it I really forgot. I have to go check back into it. And I just don't want to read something off the internet, and stuff like that, You can do that yourself. But he invented the first cell phone. And so then, starting in the 80s, people, had like those big, chunky old cell phones and stuff like that. And they were still expensive. But in the 90s, there was a trend to make the cell phone smaller. And there was a trend to make flip phones in the 90s. The early, flip phones where they were like all black with big antennas, and they had that little green dial pad and stuff, and some of them came with a screen that just showed the number that was like green with like a black letterings. And then starting in like the end of the 90s, you started to see some of the first phones with like a full-on screen where you could have contacts, you could play some games on it, like the little snake game, or the little car game where you just went right to left, left to right, and try to get the highest score. Now, one of the first successful phones to ever hit the market was the BlackBerry. I know that the Nokia 3100 was the indestructible phone. And yes, people still do videos about it. There's even a new Nokia 3100. My dad used to have the old one. As a matter of fact, no, I don't think we still have it, but he had it for a long time. He didn't use it for a long time, but he had it up until the smartphone days, up until just recently, a few years ago. But that's old technology, and so my dad just kept it as a nostalgic thing. I think now he probably trashed it or whatever. I don't know. Or recycled it, I should say, at a cell phone recycling waste center or whatever. And so one of the most successful phones to come on the market was the BlackBerry phone. It had a trackball in the middle. It had a big keyboard. It had applications on it, kind of like phones today. And I remember my brother having one for business. They were meant for business guys, and it was pretty efficient. The battery life lasted a long time, and it was in the days when we had the Razors, and the Crazers, and all these flip phones and slide up phones. And I remember, and the phones that didn't flip up or slide up, or rotate or whatever. And that was a great cell phone era. The batteries lasted a long time, and that's what everyone liked. And you could take out the battery in case something happened to your phone. You could take out the battery, then re-put it back in, turn on your phone, and voila, fix the issue. If not, you'd go to your local store and they'd fix it for you. Local cell phone store, repair shop, whatever. And so basically, that lasted even well into the 2012s, 2013, 2014. You could still get those old school phones for $20 to $30. And even today you can still get them actually. But then Apple unveiled their smartphone. They said, hey, we're going to take the BlackBerry concept, but it's going to be a phone where you just use your thumb. There's no buttons, there's nothing. The only buttons are on the side, just for the volume pitch and just for powering on and off your phone, turning it on, turning it off. There's a headphone jack for listening to music because it had the iPod capabilities and stuff like that. And it's gonna have an Apple operating system, iOS. Okay, great, fine. The phone wasn't that pricey, but it was pricey. So that they started, but they didn't really start the smartphone kind of deal. It was kind of BlackBerry that started it. Apple just took the idea and just made it to where, okay, now it's just the palm of now it's just the touch of a finger, and there's no buttons. We're gonna make it, buttonless. We're gonna make it to where it's just a screen and stuff like that. And they gave it a camera and stuff like that for you could take pictures, and it had something called an app store, which, well, by the way, BlackBerry had an app store. All these other cell phones before had an app store. It was not an app store in the sense of what we have today. Okay, it was more like just an online, store to get like, games on your phone or stuff like that. Like I remember when people were playing Madden football on those old flip phones, and I was like, holy shit. Now, of course, it was kind of quirky. You couldn't connect a controller to it, but you had to use like the ASWD or the 123, whatever. It was weird and stuff like that. I even played Bejeweled, and I played Collapsus, the one where it has those like colored, square pieces, and then with the bomb, and you had to, you know what I mean. And so, and I even played Guitar Hero on my phone. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, it was like just a 3-button thing. So basically, Apple came out with their phone, and then all of a sudden, out came Android. 2 guys created Android, end of story. Google bought it, end of story. So essentially, now what happened? Well, okay. So now what happened after that? Well, see, the first phones were very expensive back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Then as phones got smaller, then of course the price kind of dropped. Well, then here comes Apple with their smartphone, which, okay, the price was okay. It wasn't too expensive, but it wasn't, cheap either. So after Apple came out with their phone, then you had other smartphones coming out with Android, stuff like that, because no one else was using iOS, only Apple was. And the prices were relatively, staying around the $300 to $500 range and stuff like that. And then from the $50 range to $100 range. So there really wasn't anything in the middle. But then you started to see a spike increase. You started to see a spike in the prices of phones. Whereas phones, that cost $500 started costing $1,000, an extra $500. And phones that cost $50, well, okay, some of them went up to $100, some of them stayed at $50, or maybe they went down to $40 or $35, Or there was maybe new phones coming out that were at the $35 to $40, dollar price range that were smartphones. But there was a gap. You either paid $50 to $100, or now you paid $1,000. You either paid $30 to $100, or now you paid $1,000 to $1,500. So what started to happen was you started to have like these Chinese companies or Indian companies or companies in America develop phones that would be in the price range of $150 to $300. Now, do I think that is the best price range, the best range of phones? Back then, I would say when they started out, maybe, maybe not. Yes, a little bit. And what I mean by that is when they first started out, there was a lot of issues because, yes, they were $200, but they were still kind of crappy. Kind of. So, yes, the price was higher than $100, higher than $80, but they were kind of half crappy, half good. So as time went on, they started to get better. So now you get a $200 priced phone. You actually are getting a phone that is the best of both worlds. A phone that is cheap in price, $200, okay? Not cheap as in $30, but it's just as good as a phone that costs $1,000. Okay, and I'll explain here. The phone that I'm using, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7, not the Redmi Note 7 Pro, I just want to make that clear. When it came out with a dual camera. When it first came out, it was around $200 to $210. Basically around, I should say, I'll take that back, $175 to about $220. That was the price, or $230, okay? Because I can look at the new Redmi Note 9 Pro that just came out, or the Redmi Note 9, and you see some that are like $230, then you see some that are $285. So, mine was around the same then. Also the Xiaomi Redmi Note 8 and 8 Pro. And at the time, cell phones were going through a dramatic change in the cameras. They were coming out with dual cameras on Samsung's top tier $1,000 phones, Apple's top tier $1,000 phones. Even other companies were doing that. So a lot of these companies like Xiaomi, they said, hey, for $200, we're going to give you a dual camera. Now, of course, the sensor in the camera, the stuff like that, it's not maybe what they put in the Samsung Galaxy whatever at the time, or the Apple iPhone whatever at the time. Maybe it wasn't that, but they gave you a good sensor. Maybe they gave you a dual camera for the price of $200. Okay. What else? The front-facing rear camera, they updated that. They made it, if not good, just as good as the $1,500, the $1,000 Samsung iPhone and other, company cameras. So, this phone, for the price that it came at, I think, first of all, is a phone that everyone should have got, that a lot of people should have got. I mean, who were just looking for a cell phone, who were not those who were like, well, I got to get the Samsung Galaxy S50 Pro Max, gold, diamond, worldwide edition. For those of you who are just normal like me, who you just are getting a cell phone because you need something for emergencies, you need something because, to call people or for business or whatever you use it for, hey, look no further than $200. $300 maximum. $300 maximum if you're that guy who, hey, I gotta have that golden diamond worldwide, special edition phone. $300, okay? But normal terms, look no further than $50 all the way up to $230. $230 because, hey, $200 plus tax, and stuff like that. And always look for a discount. Try to get a discount on your cell phone. Don't pay, the top tier full price. Don't pay MSRP. Come on. Really? I don't have to explain it to you. So, like for instance, look. Okay. Simple Mobile, Samsung Galaxy A01 4G LTE prepaid smartphone, black, 116 gigabytes, $59. Look, that's not a bad price. It's got a front camera. It's probably got a dual camera in the back, maybe a single, but it's got, front and rear cameras. It's got probably the latest, Android software. That's a good price, You're getting a cell phone, It's not like you're getting a piece of paper that's going to rip in half in 2 seconds as you look at it, Look at that. Unlock smartphones, Unifone Note 9P. Ulefone Note 9P 2020 Android unlock cell phone, $118. Moto G7, play with Alexa, push to talk, $129.99, $130. Moto G Power, look at 200. I mean, and look at these phones. You look in the back, you see the picture? Like for instance, I'll show you this one. Look at the back of that. Let's zoom in a bit. Here, if it'll go to the picture. It takes some time. All right, there we go. You see, look, it comes with like a dual. It comes with like a 3 cameras actually. I mean, look at that. Look at this phone. For that price, and it's Motorola. I mean, Motorola got bought out, But I mean, you can't complain with that. It's got the buttons. It's got a headphone jack, I suppose. I think it might be USB Type-C. Because now the newer phones are going for that. But hey, they got it in 6 colors. I mean, shoot, for $229, that's perfect. Never buy a used phone. Never buy a used phone. That right there is just asking for trouble. See, they even compare it, stylish, fast. Look at that. $203. And phones in these price ranges, okay? Phones in this tier, they're actually getting better and better, as a matter of fact. The Samsung Galaxy, well, that's the S10. See, that's even that price, right? Even 500, even $400, I would never pay for a phone. I would never buy a phone at $400. $300 is like the pushing limit. It's like, okay, well, I do want that diamond class, special edition, I don't know, the Rock edition from WWE edition phone. Okay, I'll spend the $300. Okay, I spent 300. Okay, I spent something. But really, I'd rather spend 160 bucks. That's just me. 160 bucks, I think is great for a phone. I can't complain. It has cameras. It has a screen. It has buttons. It has a headphone jack. I mean, really? But I spent 160 bucks. It has, whatchamacallit? It has a Qualcomm chip. It has whatever. It has Android. I mean, shoot, or stuff like that. You don't need to spend, 600 bucks. You don't need that. $1,000. It's just a waste of money. 272 bucks. See, even right there, that's still kind of like the $300, limit. Look at that. $105 for a Samsung Galaxy A01. 16 gigabyte. Yeah, of course. You're going to get the 16 gigabytes. You're not going to get the 32. But hey, look, let me explain to you something. If you're going to do videos, if you're going to start your YouTube channel, if you're going to start a Vimeo channel, a BitChute channel, if you're going to start taking photos, if you're going to start doing gaming on your phone, if you get a phone that is $105 and it comes with a 16 gigabyte camera and a 5.7 inch display, and it's unlockable and it's worldwide edition, and you get it at 105 bucks, if you're going to get that, look, more power to you. Look, you'll have more power than the person who spends 1,500 bucks for the same thing, for the same phone, for a phone that is a phone. Okay? You're basically buying the same thing. It's just one is 105 bucks, one is $1,500. Spend 105 bucks. Come on. I'm not telling you don't spend 15. You can spend whatever you want to. Go right ahead. Your own free will. I'm not going to tell you what to spend. But what I meant by saying go and spend the 105 bucks is like, save your money, because you need to pay car bills, you need to buy food. There's more important things that you need the money for than a cell phone. A cell phone today, it's important, but it's not as important as your health. Okay? A cell phone is not going to buy you health. It's not going to fix your health. Okay? Even if your cell phone is used as a heart rate monitor, it's not going to do anything for you. Okay? It's just a heart rate monitor. So, look at that. Look at that. $53, unleashing 3G, unlock flip phone dual screen. Look at that. Right there. Easy to read, big buttons. Look at that. $53. You can even get one of those. Shoot. It has a camera. It has everything you need. What more do you need? I mean, come on, tell me. Oh, but those are for the grandmas, and that's for the... Really? Really? You're going to go there? I mean, seriously? I mean, that's like my old phone that had a dual screen. It was a Samsung phone. It was a flip phone. I'm sure a lot of you had that one. It was very popular. It was 30 bucks. It was, released everywhere. A lot of people had it because it was $30 and it lasted. That battery could be charged in about probably 30 minutes, an hour, and that battery would last 1 full week on a charge. Whereas now, you see my battery life, 42%. Okay, this one will last you a full day on a charge. I understand that today's phones, the reason why the batteries don't last, unless you make a big bulky phone and take off the headphone jack and the power jack and all that stuff, the reason why is because the way things are developed today and all these applications and all that. I understand that. I totally understand it. Look at that, Huawei Y9 Prime, $195 dollars, a 2019 phone, 56 bucks, Look at that, 119 bucks, Cubot X19. Geez, I never even heard of that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Wow, that looks like a pretty nice phone. Cubot, shoot. 5.93 inch screen. Okay, not big, but big enough. I mean, always be in focus. It's got a dual camera. Now, okay, see, a lot of you are going to say, well, this isn't the year of the dual cameras. Now it's the year of the quad cameras or the 3 cameras. But, look, the dual camera phones are still being sold and they're still being produced. And their dual cameras now are better than they were 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, As of 2020, 2021, if you get a phone with a dual camera, shoot, the technology has been out for so long that now it's great for the dual cameras. So I recommend dual cameras. Do I recommend the quad cameras and stuff like that? Yeah, because you know why? Because you can get a Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 or Redmi Note 9 Pro, which has a quad camera, for $200. So of course, I recommend that. I recommend anything that has single, dual, or quad, or tri. Basically one camera, two cameras, three cameras, or four cameras. Okay? So basically, I can't complain, you know, with my cell phone, stuff like that. Neither should you. If I can't complain, neither should you. I mean, I'm not telling you really neither should you, but you get my point. I can't complain with my cell phone. My cell phone is great for the price it is, for what it is. Like I said, the only thing is just this camera. I wish the camera had a good stabilization, which it's good. It's just if I were to sit my camera on a tripod and leave it there and just turn it on and take a video and move my hand back and forth, it would kind of blur out things. It would kind of move. Like it would have a stabilization problem. And so what I had to do to compensate for it was I had to get a different application. I had to get a different camera app and not use the basic one that came with my phone. And a lot of you that have Xiaomi Redmi Note 7s and 7 Pros, you know exactly what I'm talking about with the Android camera that it came with the camera that it comes with, okay? All right, so let's go to eBay. All right, $169 for a Samsung Galaxy A20s. Not a bad idea. Now, phones that have the pop-up cameras and then they go right back down, I think those are great. I think that's fun. I can't complain. But it's just another mechanism, another problem, But I can't complain, because if you're going to spend $169 and it comes with that, I can't complain, I just won't spend $10,000 for a phone like that. $96.49, new S10 unlocked. Okay. But you got to be careful because some of these could be scams. Some of these, could be like broken phones already, or they could just be used and, no matter how much they're used, how many days, months, years, whatever. Just be careful when you buy a phone off of Amazon, eBay, or the internet, or even be careful when you buy a phone at the store. Maybe someone already opened the package right at the store and maybe they drop, the product and there you go. And then the company reseals it and says, yeah, it's just a resealed because they opened it, but you don't know that they dropped it, because maybe the customer didn't tell the store, or whatever. $259. That's, like I said, that's getting there to the $300 pushing it limit. $204, okay, Samsung Galaxy S9. You can get, in this day and age, if you can still get a phone from the last 3 years, the last 2 years, okay? So 2017, 18, and 19, and it's brand new, never opened, never used. If you can get one of those phones for, I would say, $180, $200, and it was previously $600, go for it. Awesome, that's a steal. If you can get a phone that was previously at the $200, $150 price point for $90, go for it. Okay? If it's one of those old phones and it's brand new, not used. But if you're going to get a new phone, don't spend more than $300. Okay? Really just look for the $130 to $230. That's what I say. Oh, look at that. Look at that price. Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, 256 gigabytes, 12 gigabytes of RAM. Factory unlocked with a 6.9-inch screen. Really? Really? Are you kidding me? For that price? That phone right there, because of the labor cost, because of where it's made, because of all this stuff, really? You're just paying for the name. That phone should be $200. It shouldn't be at that price point. Oh, but this is a top tier phone. This is one of those phones that has the Pablo Escobar. It has the diamonds in it. It has, the famous, Korean general from the, the Middle Ages, signed it or whatever. No, who cares? Who cares? I'll tell you this. I'll create my own cell phone and I'll put my own signature on it and I'll sell it to you for $50. And it'll have Android on it. And it'll have all the same features that this Samsung Galaxy Note 20 has for $50. Okay? And I'll go have it made in China. Simple. And I'll mass produce them. And I'll sell them to you for $50. And it will have the exact same stuff in it. The exact same chip, camera, Android processor, you name it. Same materials, and plus, that's probably all plastic. Whereas phones used to be metal at one point. They used to be metallic. Now they're going for plastic. Now they're going for, stuff that is like, wait a minute, you're charging this price, but you're giving me a piece of plastic? I might as well give you a piece of paper and sell it to you, for that price. I might as well give you a piece of paper and sell it to you for $50. I mean, shoot, that's much more worth it. It's I'll tell you this. The phones that are coming out today that are these $1,500 phones, $1,000 phones. The phones that are coming out these days that are made out of plastic are crappy. It's better if I just give you from Staples like one of those packages of paper for $50. It's better if you go buy a package of paper for $50 than buy this, because you're basically buying the same thing except for that price. You're buying a piece of paper because a lot of these new phones, what? They're not even, it's just all show. You're paying for the name. It's just a flagship. I can care less about flagship phones. I can care less about those phones at that price range. They have all the same features a $50 phone has, a $100 phone has. A $100 phone probably has more features than that phone. And in that case, you're not paying for the name. You're paying for the phone and all the features in it. $169, $949.99. Really? It went down in price? Ooh. By like what, $50? Apple iPhone 7. Refurbished. Yeah, never buy refurbished. Brand new, $169. Let's see. Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. Look at that price range. Okay, that's not bad. But still, I'd rather pay $160, $150. $130 for that phone. Even $120 would be great. $219 for pre-owned. Nope, no refurbished, no open boxed, no refurbished, brand new. Okay, Huawei P40, Lite E, 64 gigabytes for. Okay, cool. Now I know you're getting 64 gigabytes for that price. I know you're not getting 128 gigabytes, but really, do you need 100 and whatever gigabytes? Do you need 1,000 gigabytes? No. If you have 100 gigabytes, that's more than enough. But you can get whatever you want. If you want to get that $1,000 phone that has a gazillion, gigabytes, you want to spend a gazillion dollars on a gazillion gigabyte phone with a processor that's a gazillion, go right ahead. Your choice. You can do whatever you want to. Go right ahead. That's your money. Do whatever you want. When it comes time to paying other things, buying other things, and you don't have money, hey, look, don't come to me. Don't come to anyone else. Don't, please. Keep it to yourself. Refurbished, brand new. See, that's even still. So you get where I'm going with this? You get where I'm going with this? All right. So essentially, what I would like to say is that basically in today's market, the phones that sell well are the phones that are from $30 all the way to $250. $30 to $300, I should say. That is what sells well today. And to narrow it down, $150, $150 to $200. That's what really sells well. And to get it down even nittier and grittier than that, you could say $180 today is what sells real well, because that's what the price of my phone was when it was out, still, and that was the price of the Redmi Note Xiaomi Redmi Note 8 and 8 Pro. Well, the 8 Pro was the Pro version of the Xiaomi Redmi lineup. They're going to be a little more expensive, maybe $50 more expensive, but more or less, $170 to about $230 is what they're going to be at, $220. So $200, let's say flat. So the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 and the 9 Pro, yeah, you could expect about the same prices. And I think they're great phones. They come with dual cameras. The new one, number 9, comes with a quad camera, stuff like that. So if I were you, I'd look no further than that. I'm not telling you to, I'm not forcing you to, your choice, but if I was you, I would look no further than that, okay? All right. So, hey, like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification, leave me a comment. Comment section is open season. Do whatever you want in the comment section. I really don't care. I'm going to respond to your comments. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm going to do more tech videos as I come along with my YouTube channel and stuff like that. More screen records and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoy yourself. Have a great evening. Have a great night. Have a great day wherever you are. Just have a great mood. Make this world a much more positive place in and around you. I hope you guys take care. All right. Bye. Biohazard Candy Kid signing out.